Hello there, Chas. So I just wanted to give you some feedback on your questions. So you started with this question, right? You had a number over this x minus 3 and a number over this x plus 6. So you knew that there was cross multiplication. So that was perfect. So you took the 5 and multiplied it by that here, and you took the 8 and multiplied it by that here. That's perfect, right? So then you also did the next step perfectly. So you expanded it. So you had 8 times x, which is 8x, 8 times 6, which is 48, and then 5 times x and 5 times negative 3, and you caught that negative sign there. So that was really good. So the next step was a bit tricky, and this is where this equal sign is a huge divide, right? So think about it as there's a big wall, and if anything needs to cross, it needs to put in a big effort, and it needs to change if it goes across. So you left the 8x on this side, but you switched. You brought this 48 across, and you brought this 5x across. Now, when you switch it, you need to change the sign, right? So let's do this 5x first. So this 5x was implied, well, that's plus, right? So that plus 5x moves over here and then becomes minus 5x on this side. You had gotten that right. So that worked well. And then again, that equal sign, there's still a big divide there. Now that 48 is a plus here. When it moves across, it becomes a minus 48, right? So that minus 48 is now on this side. And what was this? Well, this is still a minus sign. So minus 15. Now this is a bit tricky, but think about it as like if I owe you $48 and then I owe you another 15, well, that gets it more negative, right? I owe you even more. So what is that? That's negative 63 is when you put those together. And when you do those, so 8x minus 5x, well, that's 3x, right? So now we've got 3x equals minus 63, and that's a really important piece. So you've got x equals, because we're going to divide both sides by 3, and I know you did that properly on the other one. So when you divide both sides by 3, rather than, here, I'll write that down, rather than actually like solving for this, I'm just going to keep it as that negative 63 over 3. If you wanted to, that would also be equal to minus 21 over 1, which is just minus 21. So I hope that helps. So you did awesome. And then just remember, over that equal sign, you have to switch, right? You have to switch the minus sign or the plus sign. And then this is tricky. Taking a negative number and subtracting a number means it gets bigger negatively, right, in that negative direction. So I hope that helps.